Joining us now on the Deseret First Credit Union hotline is a host and reporter from the flagship station of the Phoenix Suns. His name is John Gambadoro. He goes by Gambo. Welcome to BYU Sports Nation, my friend. Thanks for the time.
Spencer, Lauren, how are you?
We are fantastic. How are your mentions on social media dating back, I don't know, about 16 hours?
Well, I got wind, yesterday afternoon that the Suns were, in talks. We're going to have Jimmer come in. So yesterday, I put it out there that the Suns were going to meet with Jimmer. And I got to be honest with you. Listen, I remember how great he was in college and what a legend he was. But there's a Tim Tebow-like reaction to this. I mean, I had probably 350,000 impressions on that one tweet. I'm not kidding. I'm not joking.
Welcome to BYU, John.
350,000.
Yeah, you've been baptized into BYU Twitter. That's for sure.
Oh, it's crazy. Then this morning when I got the news that they were signing them to a 2-year deal, and I broke the story, it's crazy. I mean, Sports Illustrated picked it up, and Yahoo picked it up, and it's just the kid is just still so ultra popular that just him coming back to the NBA is a big story to so many people, and here in Arizona too. I mean, we have a big Mormon population, here in the Mesa, Gilbert area. He's extremely popular from playing in college. So this is a good thing. It's going to be exciting to see. I'm trying to find out if he's going to be able to play tonight because they've got a game tonight against Detroit. So I'm waiting to see if he'll be able to play tonight. But it's big news here.
Wow, that fast he could play tonight. We're all kind of eyeing the potential Jazz Suns showdown on Monday. Can you try and fathom what kind of media circus that would be if his first game is against the Jazz in Utah?
Yeah, I can't even imagine what it's going to be like to have him play, especially against Utah. But, in these final 10 games to see if he can earn a spot on this roster next year and come back to the NBA and at 30 years old and have a career. He's always been just a great shooter, and the knock on him in the past was his defense, but he killed it in China, and he wants to get back. And so it's a team option for next year. So they'll have the option to bring him back, but it's a free look. They'll get a free look at him and see if he's worth keeping. I mean, listen, his role on this team, they've got Devin Booker, they've got DeAndre Ayton, they've got Kelly Oubre if they bring him back. So his role would be as a bench player. Come off the bench, play 15 minutes a game, knock down some shots, and see if you can stay in the league for a few more years and, ride out your career here in the NBA instead of in China.
John, you've been covering the Suns for 22 years. How do you feel like the Suns can benefit from having Jimmer on their roster?
I mean, in all honesty, I don't think it's going to be a great benefit. I mean, he's a role player. He's not. I don't think he's going to be coming in here and scoring 30 a game. They've got Booker to score. They've got Oubre to score. They've got Ayton. They've got Josh Jackson. They've got plenty of guys. I think it's about just can he get back to the NBA and get his career back on track here? Can he play for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years? In the NBA. I mean, I think he'll have a role on the team. I don't think anybody's expecting him to come in and replace Devin Booker as the main scorer on the team. It's just right now it's survival. Can he get back to this league? Did he get better in China? Is there a spot for him, after not making it in the NBA? Is he a better player now? Is he a smarter player now? And is this a good fit? I mean, that's the most important thing, Lauren. Is this a good fit? And for the Suns, it might be. They've got Troy Daniels is going to be gone. Jamal Crawford is a bench player. He'll probably be gone. So they're going to be looking for some players that can come off the bench and score.
John Gambadoro from Arizona Sports 98.7 in Phoenix with us on BYU Sports Nation. When you look at expectations for Jimmer now with the Phoenix Suns, what would you say is a fair expectation at this point, given his past and his journeyman role through the NBA and now to the CBA where he scored a bunch of points? What's a fair expectation now in terms of statistics?
I mean, I don't have an answer for that yet, but I'll give you my guess. My guess is that if he could be, he's not going to be the sixth guy off the bench because they've got Rashawn Holmes coming in for DeAndre Ayton. He's not going to be the seventh guy off the bench because they'll have Josh Jackson coming in. Might not even be the eighth guy off the bench. But if he could be the ninth or 10th guy off the bench right now, have a role on the second unit, maybe spell Devin Booker a little bit, maybe play with Devin Booker a little bit, although that would be a terrible defensive pairing because neither one of them play defense. That's it's my initial expectation is, can he play 15 minutes a game, 16 minutes a game? If he's playing well, can he get 20? I don't think you bring him here and just have him as a DNP coach's decision every single game. You've got to see over these next 10 games what you have in him to determine if you want him for next year. So he is going to play. He has to play. I just think the question is just how many minutes down the stretch is he going to get? My guess is on average, somewhere between 15 and 18 minutes is what I'm expecting him to get for the rest of the season.
You mentioned that it's probably more beneficial for Jimmer to be signing with the Suns than it is for the Suns to have him on the roster. So what do you think went behind management's decision to bring him on for these last 10 games?
Have you seen the Suns play this year?
Yes, unfortunately.
17 amazing wins.
What the heck do you got to lose? What do you got to lose? It's 10 games. It's not going to cost you any money. Take a free look. There's nothing to lose here. This team's not going to the playoffs. They've played better as of late. They've got a great win over Golden State and a great win over Milwaukee, and they've beaten the Lakers and the Knicks and the Heat. So there's been some good wins for the Suns in these last couple of weeks. But when you are looking at a roster next year, it's going to have a little bit of turnover, and you're trying to find some players that could be, at the end of your bench that aren't going to cost you a lot of money. That can help. So, it doesn't hurt. His season's over in China. He wants to come back to the NBA. It's 10 games. If it doesn't work, nothing to lose. It's not like you're investing $20 million in him. He's signed for 10 days, for 10 games, 21 days, 10 games. If it works, great, bring him back. If it doesn't work, no harm, no damage, no foul, nothing lost.
Gambo, if you had to put a percentage number on the chance that Jimmer Fredette will return to one of those open roster spots for the Suns next year and fulfill the entirety of that 2-year deal, what would you say it is?
Well, it's all going to depend on how he plays. It's not fair to take a guess. I got to see how he plays. We haven't seen Jimmer play in years. So, if he comes in here and he doesn't play well, then he's not going to have a chance to come back to this roster. They're trying to contend. They're trying to get a better team. They'll have a top 5 pick, and they want to go after free agents like a Tobias Harris and try to improve the roster. If he can help them, he'll be back, and if he can't help them, he won't. Ask me after 5 games if I think he'll be back, because right now it's unfair to make a prediction on that without having seen him play in the NBA. So that's going to take a little time for us to be able to determine if we think he's going to do good enough to earn a spot back.
Follow him at Gambo987 on Twitter. If you had to assess all of the reaction that you're getting from the general Suns Nation, whether it be in Phoenix or across the country, are they receiving this news more positively or more negatively?
Both. There are people out there like, why? Doesn't play any defense and what? But there's a lot of people why not give him a chance? Let's see. The kid lit it up in China, and he's always been able to shoot the ball. You can put a blindfold on him and he'll knock down shots. So I would say it's probably more 70-30 positive. The reaction's more positive. And most people understand there's nothing to lose here. Give him a shot, see if it works out. If it doesn't, no harm lost. But there are some people like, why are they doing this? It's not like he's not going to be able to help them. They need a point guard. They need a power forward. They don't need a 30-year-old, guy that's been playing in China and has been out of the NBA for 5 years.
Hey, well, you've got some things to talk about today, I'm sure, along with March Madness. Arizona State gets a big win. I'm sure you'll be talking about that. But it's Jimmer Mania in Phoenix. And of course, it just feels like it's only fitting that it happens on this day.
Yeah, it is. It was March Madness and the kid being a legend. Again, I'm amazed at just how incredibly popular he still is. It's unbelievable how popular he is and the reaction, that we're getting here in Phoenix about him, coming back to the league. It's fascinating to me that he's got this unbelievable following and this fan base that wants to see him do well so badly.
It's like you said earlier, the Tebow of the NBA right now. Just an incredibly polarizing, popular character. John, we appreciate the time. Enjoy your shows. Good luck with the hundreds of thousands of impressions on social media.
Oh,
Thanks,
my
John.
God, it's crazy. You got it, Spencer and Lauren. Thank you.
You got it. John Gambadoro, Gambo, on the Deseret First Credit Union hotline from the Phoenix Suns flagship station, 98.7 FM in Phoenix. Deseret First, your values, your timeline, your financial future.